Great news, everyone. Now that my good friend George Santos has been expelled from Congress, I have arranged for him to be a future guest on the show. He can tell us all about that time he auditioned to be the bassist in Metallica. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Wow.
Before or after Hulk Hogan?
Probably around the same time.
Yeah.
They probably were at the same audition, I assume. Shannon, so excited about her good friend George Santos that she didn't even properly introduce the show.
Wow.
Welcome to RIP Livecast, ladies and gentlemen. And
Chuck would have never done that.
Yeah. Sad.
well, Chuck's no longer with us. Darren's temporarily not with us.
I'm
but,
here.
Visually, at least.
Pull out all the tech problems, Rob, please.
And we thank you for being with us wherever you are, whenever you are, whether it's live or on the archive. I'm a free-flowing beast right now. No, I'm not. But it's Rob here with Sid and Darren. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's what he does into the ocean when he's swimming.
I've had twice the amount of coffee that I usually do, and truthfully, a bong rip or two before the show started. So we'll see how that affects my performance.
But what about during the show? We don't want.
Yeah.
I don't. You're
During the show, I will not be drinking any coffee or taking any bong rips. I can guarantee you that.
Good.
Unless you want me to, but I don't
Yeah.
think you do.
Kind of show is it without that?
No. I vote no. It's a tie right now.
Rob, you're the tie-breaking vote.
No, I don't want to.
All right, fine.
I've prepared properly beforehand. Don't worry. And welcome to the show. We're live Saturdays, 11-ish Eastern time. If you're up early with us, we'd love to have you. Yeah. And, of course, downloadable on all podcast platforms and video on YouTube. And then if you need yourself a little extra livecast, you want to support the show, which is free, and we don't have any ads. So if you want to throw us a few bones, we do have a Patreon. We appreciate your support. Patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $5 a month gets you 2 bonus episodes a month. And just posted, I just want to say, Menorah in the Middle.
Oh, my
God. Hanukkah-type Hallmark movie that we watched along Hanukkah coming up this week, baby. Mm-hmm. And we got...
Yeah, 7th?
I believe so. Yeah. And we have not only can you sit with your family and watch this movie, you can sit with your biological family and your chosen livecast family, the 3 of us, and watch the movie all together. I don't know how your parents would react to some of the riffs that we make during the movie, but it was a very fun watch along of a very not fresh movie.
Awful movie.
Yeah.
We will hold your hand as you take your first trepidatious steps into the world of Judaism.
And then step right back out.
We'll be right by your side. I feel like that movie is a form of anti-Semitism. Not to give it too much away, because I want you to watch the Patreon, but just a little tease. I mean, that movie confirms the worst beliefs that people have about Jews. One by one, down the list, almost like an order.
Yeah, without having any murder of any kind in it.
Right, that's true. It's pretty.
So, like the less the annoying beliefs, the annoying stereotypes, but not necessarily the evil ones.
There's a whole sequence where a guy almost like has a heart attack because someone's taking his money away. So,
wouldn't you, Darren? If you were in that situation.
I mean, in a human sense, yes, but this guy was almost like the happy merchant. I'm just gonna say. The famous Nazi stereotype.
What's wrong with being happy? He likes his job.
Ask Adolf Hitler, Sid.
Well, on the topic of Adolf Hitler.
What?
Oh, and that was that on our rundown? I missed that.
Well, Elon Musk getting some heat over the last few weeks over what some call anti-Semitic tweets. And besides ranting about George Soros,
yes,
which immediately raises red flags to me.
It depends what the person says. He's pretty objectively a dummy, but you can be he's like Elon's a dummy, but there are like legitimate criticisms of George Soros from the left, but usually it's from the right and dumb, like he's controlling the world and making colleges woke and stuff like that.
Yes, and then what really set people off was he was agreeing with a account of a known white nationalist accusing Jewish communities of pushing hatred against whites.
Elon
claim
not so.
Elon Musk agreed. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Elon Musk agreed with this white nationalist account about a tweet about Jewish communities hating white people, and they're gonna turn us against each other and all this stuff, and Musk agreed with it, and then his response was, "You have said the actual truth."
I didn't know that. I thought this was in his likes. I misread the story, I guess. I thought it was
the full tweet was like, Jewish community. So here's a summary of it from the paper of record, the New York Times. On Wednesday, Mr.
not
Musk
anti-Semitic at all. Go ahead.
On Wednesday, Mr. Musk went further when he agreed with a post from an X account accusing. Well, see, they don't even note that the X account is of a known white nationalist. They're not even getting into that. But the account accused Jewish communities of pushing, quote, hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. And Jewish people are now, quote, coming to the disturbing realization that those hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. And then Musk replied to this tweet, "You have said the actual truth." And this is basically Musk endorsing the Great Replacement Theory, which is not fresh.
That's one way to put it. I want to pause here for clarification. So is this like a legitimately like an open white nationalist?
Yes.
Or is it? Well, my alternative thought was that it was someone saying something inappropriate and they're being called a white nationalist, but it's not just a dumb person.
No. Like, this is a political account where they just spew white nationalism.
Okay, but they say, like, for example, in their like bio, we are white nationalists, or is it like some kind of cover, like, coded language stuff?
I guess it's more code. I guess you could. I don't know.
I want to know if there's any gray area where he could have just been responding to a dumb person and not. And I'm not defending you.
I will say
he
might not be an outward white nationalist, but he is definitely very conservative, like
right?
Far right, okay. Outwardly far right. Yeah. Okay. But anywho. Then, there was a huge backlash, and people started screenshotting all the different types of ads that appeared next to this tweet that Elon agreed with. And also, just you could search for any inappropriate term about, white nationalism, for the 14 words, like all these. Right. Gross things, and all of these results will show up, and just there will be ads for these big corporations just appearing next to these results. And rightfully, a lot of these advertisers started pulling out, and we're like, no, thank you. We do not want to. And already Twitter has had a big problem with a big exodus of advertising. And the thing about a social network is, for it to be sustainable, there's only really two ways. One, advertising, or two, charging its users and creating like a gated community where the users support the hosting and all the maintenance that's required to run a website or run a social network like this. And obviously the getting users to pay model isn't quite working out.
There is a third way, Rob. You're forgetting. Elon Musk, get on a Zamboni right now.
Oh my goodness.
Come on,
we might be approaching that era of his career.
He might have to. He might have at this point.
Get Vincent Flavor on the phone right now. Do it.
Like, there's really only one way to for him to make any money. Imagine if
It
this
is a
just
loan
Elon.
approval machine. Maybe Elon needs a loan for Twitter. There you go. It makes
Well,
total
the thing
sense.
is, he did get a loan for Twitter, and it's from the Saudis,
Oh,
so he owes them.
Should just show the Zamboni driven by a Saudi guy dragging Elon Musk behind it on the ice. Yeah, I'm not broke anymore, man, for 10 more months, and then I got to start paying back my loan, man, with interest.
Dusty Rose Buffler says, I miss the old Twitter. Drake or Daddy says, I miss the old Zamboni.
Did Vince think through that commercial? Not to get off of Elon Musk, but a little sidebar. Like he's sitting on his Zamboni. Forget that's ridiculous enough. He's cheering that he just got a loan. He just seems like he's making himself look broke.
Yay, I'm not broke.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like the loan Santa, and it's not his loan, but he just got somebody's loan approved.
he's the
And
middleman
he's
for
cheering.
our loans.
Yeah. Well, let's give him the benefit
Is
of
he
the
taking
doubt
a percentage? That might make it even worse. Is he like a fucking predator?
Oh fuck. Fucking
here.
it's the new Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Vince and fucking Flavor Flav. And who was the third guy that rode the Zamboni? Can't remember
Oh,
now.
I feel like there were more than 3. There was like a whole
Sebastian
series.
Bach.
Sebastian Bach.
Oh my god.
There was a country guy, right? Like George Strait or somebody like that.
Yeah, let's.
Luke
Oh,
Brown?
it was Stephen Piercy.
Oh my god.
Oh, right.
Rat.
Yeah, right.
Jesus
I had to
Christ.
stop and think of who Stephen Piercy was for a
Yeah.
second.
That's
What the
almost
fuck?
disrespectful to the other guys in the commercials because
Yeah.
he's like 8 levels below those people.
Right. It's like getting Vince Neil again, but a worse version of him.
Who is
Who
Rick
the hell is
Harrison?
Who's Tape Face?
Tape
That sounds
Face?
familiar.
What?
It sounds familiar.
Tape
Is
Face
that like-
and Rick Harrison. I don't know who those people are.
I was about to say, is that like a parody of the Dollar Loan where they just put some weird like YouTuber in there? But it's not.
Is it a celebrity who's too ashamed to appear as themselves, so they just put tape on their face?
Once you're on the Zamboni, there's no taping. There's no hiding. I love how they all use the fake Vince Neil song too. What?
Oh, that's Jacoby Shaddix
Who?
from Papa Roach.
The
no?
singer Papa Roach? No.
It's not. Okay, I couldn't even tell if that was.
I
a
mean,
joke.
I would believe that he looks like him.
Who the fuck is Rob? Find out who. I must know who Tape Face is.
Drake or Daddy says from America's Got Talent, but what is the talent?
Is he one of the judges now?
Dusty
I
Rhodes
get
says
tape-
tape face and boot face.
Tape
Tapes
Face
his
is a
face.
thing.
That's his talent.
Is that the whole thing? Like, is he an
He's like, yeah,
illusionist?
just
Is
an
he a
America's-
ventriloquist?
I mean, I don't really want to play America's Got
Yeah.
Talent stuff, but it looks like he's just like a viral comedian on there or something.
Oh.
Of
And
this
who's
kind.
the Rick Harrison? Who is Rick Harrison? That was the other commercial. I feel like maybe we've done this before, and I didn't know who Rick Harrison was then, but I don't remember.
Where is it? Oh.
He's the white nationalist.
Oh,
who
the guy
Elon-
from Pawn Stars.
He's
Buffer
the
said.
guy that Elon Musk retweeted. That's white racist.
Ah, oh no!
I just wanted to tie it
Replacing all
back
the-
to what we were
Thank
talking
you.
They're
Thank you,
replacing
Darren.
all the
I appreciate
American-made
it.
Zambonis with ones made in Haifa.
We need to build a wall in the ice rink to keep the Zambonis out.
But then the wall melts. Damn it!
Don't build it out of ice,
Ah.
dummies.
So Rob, get back to white nationalism.
Yes, let's
So-
get back to white nationalism.
Get back to the
Right.
part
So,
where you hit with-
so all of these
Zambonis.
advertisers were pulling out because they didn't want their ads
Elon
near this
pregnant.
terrible shit. And already they're so over Twitter, and as somebody who, no matter how deteriorated it gets, I refuse to stop using Twitter.
It's useful.
Just because of my addiction to it. I can tell you the ads have gotten noticeably lower grade, like clearly shittier ads.
I
No
don't see
doubt
that
about
many
it.
ads, or I just am good at tuning them out. I haven't noticed really anything.
I see a lot of ads for like baby toys, like or things to amuse your cat with and stuff like
I
that.
see exactly like ads that could be comparable to 3 a.m. infomercials for gadgets from around the house. Those are very low end ads. Or there was a while where all I got were Cheech and Chong CBD gummy ads.
Well, they know you so
Yeah.
well.
Like
The same
I'm
one.
not
That's what-
I'm not exaggerating. They blanketed my page to the point that I had to make the tough decision
Oh no, Rob.
to mute and block Cheech and Chong just because it was just too much. It was too
Who
much.
are you? Who are you?
You can't even
Too
count on
many
your
weed-
patronage.
Too many weed ads did Robin.
Well, they weren't even weed ad. That's the thing. It's
Oh, right.
CBD. It's not even the good stuff.
If it was
But
CBT,
even still,
you
I
would've
just
enjoyed it.
I just don't want I just don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
So what do
you
you
know?
what do you want to see? What ads are you hoping for?
Well, ultimately, I'm hoping for no ads, but I love the low grade ads. Those are fun. Or I've been seeing a lot of just people just taking an ad that's just promoting their tweet. The thing is, if you mute enough large advertisers, you really get the fun stuff.
Well-
It's like a game unto itself.
Starting about a month ago, I started getting these like pro-Israeli propaganda, like Gaza and children are terrorists.
Oh,
And-
Oh, I
Immediately-
definitely get those too. Like the
Yeah,
just Israel's Twitter account.
Yes,
I was gonna
yes.
say it
I
stopped.
muted that
Stopped.
immediately.
I didn't even mute it. It just stopped running like about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was like a
I
2 or
couldn't
3 week
handle that.
period.
In my mind, I just blame Rob for that, for all the links he shares with Darren and I, and that I click through on, and somehow Twitter thinks.
I don't
that's
think
what I'm
no.
into.
I think it's just your demographic info that you're a Jew in Brooklyn.
How do they know that? How do they know my
Based on
life?
your because they're tracking you.
Yeah, but what
your-
what am I in my anything I do online says that I'm Jewish?
I don't think it's just that. I think they know your fucking like location and everything. Like they know
Yeah.
that a lot of Jews live near you. You're a male. You're a certain age. You know. You're
Yeah.
probably people in your and my demographic are probably hugely pro-Israel overall. Like we're huge outliers.
Yeah.
So,
And I always do have to do a like triple take when I see those tweets, because at first I'm like, this isn't actually from Israel's official Twitter account. They're not actually tweeting this. Oh shit, they are. Wow. All right.
yeah,
I haven't
like
seen that in
there-
a couple of weeks, but for
the
a
one
while,
that-
it was a lot.
the one that put me over the edge was the tweet. I've seen promoted tweets from the Israel account of the guy, the gay IDF soldier holding the pride flag on the rubble of Gaza, being like, "Look, gay rights have come to Gaza
Gay
as we
people's
bombed
bodies.
these citizens out of existence."
Gay people's bodies are under his feet. As
Yeah,
he's
I guess it's equality. They don't. The bombs don't really care your sexual preference. So
Anyway, but bring it back,
Yes.
bring it back to Elon
Back to
Musk
him.
here. So there was a big business summit this week where Musk was interviewed, and it was his first public interview since this whole meltdown. And this has been a pretty big blow to Twitter. They've lost tens of millions of dollars in advertising. Well, at a time when they were already lost hundreds of millions of dollars over the last year. Just big advertisers are flocking away from Twitter, and it is not easy to get them back. Like they're undoing years and years of work here. And naturally, Elon Musk has great perspective on this. No, he completely melts down at this conference. He's being interviewed by this broadcaster who works for CNBC, the stock market news channel. And what I love about this interview is this host, what's his name? Andrew Ross Sorkin or something. I wonder if he's related to the Sorkin Empire.
Probably. How many Sorkins
But-
can there be? Arlene.
But
yeah, it's her son.
like this guy tries, on the one hand, he tries to give him outs, but on the other hand, he follows up every insane thing
Yeah.
that Elon Musk says. And I really do love, it's just Elon Musk once again exposing that he is essentially the exact caricature that they portray of the billionaire boss in Silicon Valley. Like, that is him. There's a very little difference between the two. And all I kept thinking, like I'm going to show this clip here. All I kept thinking during this, and anytime I watch an interview with him nowadays, I just think about how miserable it must be to work for him and have to sit there and hear him, have to listen to him talk and pretend it's like so brilliant and he's so, wow, he's really thought this out when he's just a fucking moron.
He is a savant for sure. Like he knows how to do one thing, and it's just like
I don't even know if he knows how to do anything. Honestly, like the more I see him, like, what do you know about? Like what aspect of the world are like math? Does he know math?
Getting rich and famous.
oh yeah, right. He
Well,
knows-
getting rich, he had a head start. Yeah.
But
he
famous,
invested in a few things like that blew up, but
Yes,
it could also
exactly.
be an accident.
Yeah. All right. So here's the clip here.
And you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that was
There's
part
tough,
of a
fun-looking motherfucker.
apology tour, if you will.
Right. Okay. So that's the other thing. This is a business summit. The interviewer is in this very corporate looking royal blue suit.
Oh.
And Elon Musk is just like, looks like total fucking midlife crisis dad with like all black leather boots. This, like you said, a motorcycle jacket with a fur collar. He has IDF dog tags because he just came back from Israel.
What is that really what that is?
Absolutely. So
Wow.
basically, because
But
this
I thought, I thought he's anti-Semitic.
right. So they were accusing.
You got
Okay,
the
so let me fill in the blank here, because he got all these accusations of anti-Semitism. Clearly he had to go on an apology tour, which this interviewer kind of like. First of all, he was like, "Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm anti-Semitic," and to his credit, during this interview, he apologized for agreeing with the tweet. I mean, to his credit, whatever. No credit. He knows that he fucked up. And basically, the ADL. I almost don't want to talk about this, but they came to an agreement with Elon Musk where he would agree to censor certain pro-Palestinian language on Twitter, and they would essentially forgive him for his misgivings. And as part of that, also he went to Israel to hang out with Netanyahu and like just show how much he cares about the Jewish people.
He learned a lot. The Jewish people, I love it. The Jewish people, very intelligent.
So anyway, with that said, back to this.
This had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope
Don't advertise.
you don't want them to advertise?
No.
Like, doesn't he looks like a baby rat? Like, I don't wanna. Don't do it. Bye. I don't care.
Let's do it.
I don't care.
I don't want to advertise. Don't advertise. I don't care.
There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope
Advertisers are
don't
very
advertise.
bad. Very bad people.
you don't want them to advertise?
No.
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
He thought that was a pop
Uh,
line.
yeah, I was just gonna say, like, that's my favorite part. This silence after he says "go fuck yourself" because he's expecting a big applause break, like he's looking for it, and then he has to like, "Hey, did you guys just hear me? I just said a bad word."
Well, he really doesn't know his audience. I mean, this is like
Yes.
capitalists upon capitalists.
Yeah.
His
Exactly.
audience.
Like,
They're looking
there's
for
no.
him to bend the knee here.
That's a great point, Darren. He's so used to being. That's the thing that bothers me about him. He's so coddled. Like he's in such an echo chamber where everyone's like, "Yeah, you're so brilliant. Wow, that's so cool." That this was. He didn't realize that everyone here disagrees with him. He's the villain here.
So just to confirm, there is a live audience, and it was
There's
just
a
dead
live
silent.
audience. It's
All
all
full
because this
audience.
is a business summit, and Bob Iger, who is the guy he's talking about, the CEO of Disney, is likely in the audience because he's part of the summit as well. He's being interviewed later in the day.
Go fuck yourself, Bob. I don't like it.
So here, let's get back to that.
there was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
Just by his tone of voice, you could tell. You don't?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
You could hear the little laugh of like three people being like, "Oh my god!" Like,
What did he just say?
yeah.
No, you're supposed to apologize. This is not. What
And also look at the interview. The interviewer has to cover his face because he's so shocked at where this has gone, and completely, he did not prepare for this. But to his credit, he really pushes through and follows up on this insanity. And in the most polite way tries to be like, but Elon, you know, and Elon just digs his grave even further.
But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
He's so proud of himself.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
What is lunatic?
I understand, but there's a reality too, right?
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely.
Linda Yaccarino is the CEO of Twitter, who basically constantly has to clean up these crazy messes.
Is she actively weeping as this is going on? Like,
I'm so sad that there's no live reaction cam.
This is like, I don't think we showed this on the show. It was a couple weeks ago when Biden had that summit with Xi Jinping.
Yes.
And he's standing on the podium and they're asking him if he thinks he's a dictator. And he's like, yeah, he's a dictator. And then they cut to a shot of Secretary of State Blinken in the crowd, and he just damn near has a heart attack. As he's
that's probably the exact same reaction.
Yeah. Xi Jinping, he's basically Hitler, man. Come on, Jack.
As
he's like Hitler.
Next to him.
Hitler, Pol Pot, and Corn Pop. Those are three guys. They're all the same.
Hey, China. Go fuck yourself.
It's basically that. It's this person who had this ballsy stance and feels like they can't back off of it now because they want to project that they're like an alpha.
Yeah.
And it's like, we all understand what this is. We're okay with you backing down because that's the obvious thing you should do. And they're like, no, I'm just going to keep doing
I'm a billionaire. I'm always right. Yeah. So there's a little more where it's just so ridiculous. And this is an hour interview. This is just the most insane few minutes of it. There's an hour of him being a lunatic.
Was he doing bong rips during?
I feel he's on. Well, first of all, there's been reports that he's on ketamine actively.
We've talked about
ketamine
that,
treatments.
Right?
Yeah, and then also on uppers.
No, totally. So no. Actually, what?
That part. This is the new Larry King and Rush Limbaugh. Let me play this again.
Right?
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, no, totally. So, no. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
again, silence?
Again, yeah, woo!
Is he serious?
What are you
Is he kidding? What?
Rob, that reminds me of do you remember the Joe Biden thing where he says America can be summed? I'm just going to put it in. Just play that real quick. It's like an 8-second clip. That's what this reminds me of. I put it in the chat.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
I was going to put him in the. It's actually longer than that. It goes on for like 15 seconds.
And the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
I love this line of accusation here. He's blaming advertisers if Twitter fails. It's not his fault. It's the advertisers' fault for pulling out. And again, to this interviewer's credit, he brings up this point right now.
Is that what he's saying? I maybe
Yes.
I misunderstood. I thought he was saying that the advertisers,
He's saying
by boycotting Twitter, will kill their own companies. I thought he's
no, they will kill Twitter, and then the advertisers have to answer to the users of Twitter for
maybe
killing
he's
it.
just that incoherent.
No. I'm telling you. Look, you're gonna see it as this unfolds a little further.
No, I'm saying maybe you're right, and he's just not. He's expressing it incoherently.
Yeah.
Marino's right here, and she's got to sell advertisers.
Absolutely. So, no, totally. No. Actually, what this?
Or this is almost Shlomo-esque, honestly.
America could be summed up in one
is-
word. Elon Musk.
Pew pew pew.
Is going to do it's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
And the whole world will know
Here we go.
that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say
Tell it to Earth.
but they're going to say Elon that you killed the company because you said these things.
Yeah, see,
and
he's
that they were
clarifying.
inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. Right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
What?
Yeah, okay. This goes back to
We'll both
He's
make our
going
cases.
to end capitalism by retweeting white nationalists.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
And we'll see what the outcome is.
what are the economics of that for you? I mean, you have enormous resources, so you can actually keep.
I give this interviewer so much credit. He is sweating right now. He is so fucking off his equilibrium, but he is keeping this going and trying to like get it on track and trying to explain to Musk the reality. Like Musk is so off his rocker.
I think Sid made the best point, which is that this guy's job is to like basically interview Shlomo and both pretend that he's making sense and to make sure he doesn't say anything that offends the scumbags in the audience as well.
Yeah.
It's a very hard line. Oh, and this is a little sidebar.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about the Sorkin family. So I just looked it up. He is not related to Aaron Sorkin, although he looks a lot like young Aaron Sorkin. But he is a co-creator of the show Billions.
Oh, wow.
This guy.
This guy
interviewing Elon Musk is a co-creator of the show Billions.
Okay.
I've never seen an episode of that show.
Me neither.
But
no,
I've heard
one.
I've heard it's like most Showtime shows where it started off awesome and then just kept going, and now it's like almost a parody of itself.
Well, only one man's opinion, but I watched the first episode and I zoned right the fuck out and couldn't stand any of the people. And I hate the only show that I really like in that vein is like Seinfeld. I really can't stand shows where you're supposed to not like anybody. So.
Isn't one of the characters based on Mets owner Steve Cohen?
I didn't get to
Paul
that.
Giamatti, maybe? I don't know. Somebody.
No, it's like a.
Or the guy from Homeland?
It's like a heavy set guy. The guy from Homeland is not supposed to be Steve Cohen, I don't think, though. It's like a chubby, portly, schlubby guy that's playing Steve Cohen. I can't remember. Oh, is it Jon Favreau, maybe?
Jon Favreau's on? I didn't even know.
Maybe. I didn't get that far. I just remember seeing clips where Steve Cohen is supposed to be in the show. But it's somebody semi-famous or really famous playing Steve Cohen, I remember.
Is it the guy from Breaking Bad?
Who
is in this? What's his name? The scientist that they replace in the
Gale.
Yes, is it Gale?
It's not. I don't think Gale was Steve Cohen though.
All right. Anyways.
Yes. Sorry.
Anywho, so yeah, let's get back to this.
I'll have to ask my sources which one.
To keep this company going for a very long time. Would you keep it going for a long time if there was no advertising?
I mean, if the company fails because of an advertiser boycott, it will fail because of an advertiser boycott. And that will be what bankrupted the company, and that's what everybody on Earth will know.
Yeah, if they take their money away, and then we won't have a business, and everyone will know that it's because they took their. He sounds like a little baby. This is the richest man on Earth. This must be the biggest genius in the world. This fucking douche.
What do you think then of the? This goes back to the idea of trust, though.
Look at how he's
Like, motherfucker. Why are you so dumb?
like why like he's pulling teeth now. This guy, it's so great. It's so great.
And that's what everybody on Earth will know.
What do you think then of the? This goes back to the idea of trust, though.
Then it'll be gone, and it'll be gone because of an advertiser boycott.
But you recognize that some of those people are going to say that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, and I just wonder and ask you and think about that for a second.
Tell it to the judge.
But the judge is going to be
The judge is the public.
I got to push back on this a little bit because I feel Elon Musk is not representing himself well, but I also feel like the side that this guy is representing is also, I mean, like, we want billionaire corporations to feel comfortable on the platform. I don't think is the best argument against Elon Musk. Like, you have a garden full of flowers to pick that you could use against Elon Musk. And I don't think that's like really representing my interests against Elon Musk.
I get what you're saying, Darren. To play devil's advocate, I mean, this is basically like an advertising summit. So he's essentially saying what he's saying in a very coded, like, corporate speak is like, look, advertisers aren't going to want to spend money where they feel there's like all this spicy content.
Agreed.
And so that's what he's saying. And like, whether that's good or bad, I'm not debating it, but like,
it almost feels like this, the interviewer isn't representing us. He's representing corporations and capitalism. This almost feels like a capitalist intervention.
Yes.
Like, Elon, you're an idiot, but we all want your company to succeed because it's beneficial to all of us.
Right.
Please let us help you stop being quite as fucking stupid as you're being.
Yeah. Why are you making it so difficult for us? Why are you getting all of these activists
We want to give you
blowing up our
money.
email? Like, we don't need an activist blowing up our email with these terrible tweets. Please stop.
It's the exact same thing as Donald Trump in like 2018. They were all like, you're doing some things great. You're sending lots of missiles to Ukraine, and like, you put the Jerusalem capital and made Jerusalem the capital of Israel, and, or whatever that was. They put the embassy there. You're doing so many good things. Just stop blurting out the fucking game. Just stop. Just talk coherently like Joe Biden. You know,
that's exactly what. Yeah,
thing, but it's the business version and not the
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So there's
public is going to say that Disney is making a mistake.
Yes.
And they're going to boycott Disney?
They already are.
Well, there are some
Good
that
luck.
are for lots of different reasons. But you think that this is going to, that you have the, this goes to actually the interesting of power and leverage.
He's just got a fist, a bald fist, this whole interview, this guy.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Can I ask one?
Can you imagine being that CEO lady and hearing this? Like, why did I agree to this? Like, I don't get paid enough for this.
I bet you $1 million that they pulled Elon aside when he agreed to this. They were like, you trying to rehabilitate your image, come to this thing.
Yeah.
And he said yes. And then he got on the stage and said, fuck you, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
why? That's
the only reason they let him on there.
What's the other approach?
Well, you've been very particular about the approach to Tesla. When you think about the engineering involved in that, the approach to SpaceX, the approach to some of the stuff you're doing with AI has been very specific, right? There's not a let the chips fall where they may approach to those businesses, I don't think.
No, we focus on making the best products. And Tesla's gotten to where it's gotten with no advertising at all.
It may have been the dumbest thing he said out of this entire 5 minutes, because this just, like, I understand he's like, he feels like his backup is up against the wall, but what Tesla's gotten where they have without any advertising at all. This is two different sides of the advertising market.
Yeah. So
like,
isn't
what
he
the
arguing
fuck are you talking
that,
about?
Disney doesn't need to advertise on my site.
Yeah, like what point are you making? Like, do you even understand what advertising is? And I don't think he does. I genuinely don't think he does. And I'm gonna see if I can cue up. But let me play a little more of this. So stupid.
I understand that.
Tesla currently sells 2 twice as much in terms of electric vehicles as the rest of electric car makers in the United States combined. Tesla has done more to help the environment than
What is
all of
this?
the companies combined. It would be fair to say that, therefore, as a leader of the company, I've done more for the environment than everyone else, and any single human on Earth.
How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that? What?
No, personally.
Anyway, so that reminds me, there was a Twitter space, which is an audio hangout, right? That Elon Musk was on. And I want to share it because this is the funniest thing. Because this was 6 months ago, the last time there was a big exodus, and someone's like, hey, like how are you going to, make up for this advertising? So here's the clip.
If Twitter can accurately recommend tweets to you that you don't explicitly follow, it can by the same token also show ads that are relevant to you.
So the way that a lot of platforms do ad sales and a lot of purchasers expect ads isn't necessarily, I'm going to give you these ads and I trust you to serve them to the right people. It's usually almost the opposite, where it's, I want to target this group of people in this region who went to a Jiffy Lube in the last 72 days. That level of micro-targeting is something a lot of ad buyers now expect. And it's a huge part of how CPMs can get so high on platforms like YouTube. But sometimes these advertisers will serve entirely different versions of the same ad to different
Can you turn this
demographics.
guy off, please? He's just talking nonsense. Thanks. I've actually talked to the advertisers. If Twitter can,
That was it. What a dipshit. Turn this guy off, please. He's actually not talking nonsense.
That seemed very sensible, but all right.
Yeah.
The number one thing that's a silver lining of Elon Musk being such a prominent figure in Discord, he owns Twitter, he has to be in the middle of all these meta discussions about discourse and everything. I love that people like that writer, the sniveling writer guy, journalist on the panel, and other people like him have to take Elon Musk seriously, this babbling baboon. They have to sort of pretend that he's important. That makes me so happy.
He is important. That's the sad thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
remember the thing with the SpaceX prevented Russia from Ukraine from the U.S. from helping Ukraine target Russian sites with using satellite. They blocked the satellite link up. He's basically involved in geopolitics now and everything, every facet of life. I just love that the decay of capitalism has made this man an important figure. It's really, honestly, again, he's so much like Trump. I loved during his shitty presidency that people had to, quasi important people had to stand there and talk to Trump like he was a real, Anderson Cooper had to sit there and interview Trump like he's some.
They both hosted Saturday Night Live. Fairly recently.
Great. Yeah, Trump while he was running for president. I mean, I it's just the absurdity of our this country that we live in that's falling apart. It's hilarious to me.
I want to share one short 20-second clip more from this interview, which is so great.
So I will certainly not pander. And Jonathan, the only reason I'm here is because you were a friend. What was my speaking fee?
You're not making any. First of all, I'm Andrew, but
you're a friend.
Second of all, we've known each other for a very long time.
Wow.
We've known it. I mean, isn't that great?
Didn't you write that show Succession?
Oh my God.
Oh, just another little side thing. I looked up. So you were right, and I was also right. We were talking about two different things. The guy that played Steve Cohen in that show was the guy from Homeland. I was thinking of the movie Dumb Money that came out this year.
Oh yeah. Who plays what in that?
Steve Cohen. That one was based on Steve Cohen. He looks nothing like Steve Cohen in Billions. In Dumb Money, they had the guy actually playing Steve Cohen rather than being based on him, and it was Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, okay.
Steve Cohen.
I like Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But he plays him as a dope, he's basically Elon Musk in that. I saw the clips. I didn't watch the movie, But he's like a big stupid dummy that was a savant about, like shorting people out of their pensions and stuff like that. He was good at the market and nothing else. Like he's shown as an idiot.
I mean, that's sort of how I feel about most of those people, so I believe it.
And that's how I feel about him running the Mets the last 3 years. But
Well,
hopefully we got a good GM in place. So
yeah,
I hope that turns around now. Bypass the owner.
Also, there's this lovely, there's a lovely supercut of this interview that I wanted to quickly play.
Oh, awesome.
It's about 22 seconds.
You see this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it is?
Yes. Why don't you tell everybody?
No.
Let me ask you a different question. What's going on here?
I want to die, and that's why I'm here.
Why not just commit suicide? Why exist?
Oh my goodness.
You see this thing?
There we go.
Tim and Eric cut that together.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it looks like it.
No, that's from Very Tall Bart on Twitter. That's the account. At Tall Bart.
Right.
That's his name.
Thank you.
You got to give credit where credit's due. So that was great. Also, big week for Musk because he released the Cybertruck from Tesla, the new vehicle from Tesla, their first truck.
Oh boy.
Which looks like a poor render from like a 80s racing video game. Have you seen this thing? Have you seen this thing, folks?
Does it have lifelike truck nuts?
Wait, you really haven't seen the Cybertruck?
I haven't seen this, no.
Okay, well here, let me show you. Let's show a photo first, and I swear, like this is really it.
I don't know what this is either.
Oh no! How are you guys this behind?
I don't know.
Just don't care about trucks or Elon Musk for the.
That's fair.
Part. That's
so. What are your? First of all, how would you describe this to other people who may have never seen this? And what is your reaction to how it looks?
It just looks like it's made out of it's one of those like science fair projects made out of like duct tape and cardboard.
Yeah.
All right, this angle looks a little bit more reasonable, I suppose, but I'm trying to think of the type of person that would buy this. I'm trying to like envision who the target customer is, and I can't really.
Yeah.
No, like pickup truck dude is buying this car. Like who wants this? Who's this for?
It's very noticeable, and it's huge. You can't miss it.
Quickman comments with a very good comment. This looks like a giant computer mouse with wheels. It sort of does. Just move it around on the mouse pad.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing about it is, so the way they've been advertising this thing is so ridiculous. It's that here. Well, let me play like their advertising kind of like.
I thought he said Tesla doesn't advertise.
Well, I'm sorry. They're not. They're marketing, not their advertising.
Oh.
This is just marketing. It's on their own YouTube page. You know, it's not.
Need everybody to clear out.
So there's someone shooting a gun at it.
We've already tested shopping carts and we've tested door dings. Today we're going to get a chance to test the actual bullet performance. So when we first started the design,
the lead
for
engineer is
the
a
goal was
ginger,
to come up with something
tattoos.
that had an exoskeleton. We
Is
had to
this
make
why
custom
Sean hasn't
alloy
been on the show recently?
Yeah, I was going to say this is alternate universe Sean.
Yeah.
So this is
Polite
a 300
and
series. Our
helpful.
panels are up to 1.8 millimeters thick. So
You know, all the time people have mallets.
Did you even notice that the sledgehammer was also ginger? What is this shit, man?
I mean, this whole thing comes across as like, buy this thing for when the poor people arm themselves and for you.
This comes well, but it's even dumber.
We'll get all these through tested today, and we'll see the results.
Range is hot.
They got the Terminator music on there.
45 caliber. So here's one big caveat as they're shooting the doors to prove that they're bulletproof. It's like, okay.
I was really nervous. It's hard to say how nervous I was, but it worked out. We
You're not in the fucking car, bro.
Truck, and everything looks.
Oh, Drake or
intact.
Daddy with a very good comment. Now shoot the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tires aren't bulletproof. You know what else isn't bulletproof? The windows. You'll notice the windows are actually rolled down.
Yeah, all somebody has to do is just shoot out your tires and then yank out the fucking window.
But no, when somebody is shooting at a car, they're always polite enough not to shoot the glass because they're like, oh, I don't want it spraying everywhere.
Is this guy now going to say if only Biggie Smalls had this car, he'd still be alive?
Yeah,
I'm sure that joke was made in the press room.
I support it.
Looking
In
good.
that case.
The other thing that was so funny is they released this. They released this like crash test. Look at how, and so the idea is the front doesn't combust, but from what I've read, like if the front combusts, that means you don't combust, you know. But by the front of this truck not combusting, all of that energy is transferred to you. Like, look at that person's neck in the front seat. Boom, neck completely dislocated.
Yeah,
it just seems like a very unsafe, poorly built vehicle.
Now I want to
what?
see a Vince Neil drive this around a hockey rink. Can we get that going?
Let's see his neck combust.
Well,
Probably
somebody,
already has.
Dusty Rhodes Buffler.
Oh my God! Imagine would Razzle still be alive?
Oh, good point.
Dusty Rhodes Buffler suggests the Cyber Zamboni.
Oh shit! Great minds.
Maybe that's the next Tesla product. You know, we'll see.
But Vince Neil has a layer of fat rolls around his neck that would probably keep it in place, like as you know, when like one of those neck braces. It's just an
That
organic neck
protective
brace.
vest.
I think you listen. Anything that protects a national treasure is like Vince Neil. It's a good thing.
What's the manufacturer's suggested retail price on this Cybertruck, Rob?
Let's see. Let's build one out.
That's what we have to. Oh, we have to put it through some sort of menu. Like we have to pick our choices, like optional stuff.
Oh, look at that font.
Oh boy. Fuck out of here with that shit. Bunch of fucking fonts and costumes.
Bunch of fucking clowns in costumes.
Let's see.
So 50,000, right around
50,000.
Oh,
yeah, I guess that's that's the starting. It's 50,000 if you just have rear wheel drive.
Oh, who cares?
All wheels matter though, so we'll do the $70,000 model. What is
We'll do
the
that
last one? Is Cyber Beast? What do we get for the Cyber Beast for 96,000?
You get so I guess it's a faster engine because it's 2.6 seconds to 60 miles, whereas the others are 4.1 seconds. And then top speed goes up to 130 versus 112 because there's more horsepower, more torque.
Which again, all of these speeds are illegal, so you shouldn't really be doing any of them. But sure, depends how much you want to break the speed limit by.
How much does it cost to put this stuff that it makes up the outside of the car over the windows so that somebody doesn't shoot you through the window as well as the side of the car?
I can't find the footage now, but there was footage of the truck off-roading, and it could not handle. It was going so slowly, like compared to just, you know, the traditional, like a traditional. Oh, here it is. Here, I found it.
Wait, can you put that up for a second again? Just wanted to, before you lose it, what you just had up there. And then we can go to that thing. I just wanted to show you. You owe $250 just for looking at this.
Oh no,
today.
Rob, I can't afford that.
Oh shit. Oh no.
It's too bad we don't have ads, just like Twitter, so we can't pay that bill.
Here's the video footage of it off-roading.
Oh, that's high speeds there.
Yeah, exactly. This is, you know, typical truck perform. When you bring a truck off-road, this is how you want it to perform.
Yeah. To get stuck in the mud. All right, we got to get out and push, guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is a truck.
This is their promotional video of off-road.
This is not a promotional
someone else
video.
doing this, so.
Yeah, this is someone who got an early model.
So are they posting this to like expose how bad the car is, or is this supposed to be like positive?
I don't think it's neutral.
Yeah, draw your own conclusions.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Look at it go! Woo!
Now shoot that guy.
Someone needs to put intercut that with Fast and the Furious scenes.
Oh my god!
By the way, go ahead. Sorry.
Dusty Rhodes Buffalo says RoboCop looking truck.
It is. That's a good point. That's the future imagined in the Paul Verhoeven classic RoboCop. I wanted to say also that I think I want to call out Elon Musk.
What
he said, and I don't think this is true. He said Tesla does not advertise, and I found an advertisement.
Ooh,
here it is.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One.
See, I knew it. I knew he was lying.
Wait a minute. I think that was a Spectrum One ad.
Oh, was that? Hold on, we gotta have to play that again.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One.
Spectrum One. See, Spectrum One.
I missed
that
that
right there.
I'm fake news.
Well, he
Easy
is on the
mistake to
spectrum, so it does make sense.
He's above the spectrum. You can't measure what he has.
Now, Darren, you recently visited a dermatologist. Is this true?
Yeah, when I do a lot of outside work, so I always, when the season's over, when it starts to get a little cold again, which is now.
You mean work outside the house? You mean outside work, like outside the podcast?
Oh, well, that too. But I
He's
do
on
a
This
lot of
American
sport.
Life quite often.
So I go. I'm standing in the sun all the time just to check my health once a year.
That's
I go
good.
around
That's
this
good.
time of year, see if I have any skin stuff going on. So I scheduled an appointment, and I went this past week. And I went to the same place last year. And the last year, my doctor was very nice. She was a short, schlubby, kind of middle-aged Jewish woman. Very nice. I don't mean to speak ill of her. She's a very good doctor, but just to give you an image, right? And she goes through the whole thing. She takes the device. She looks at you very closely. And it was very pleasant and a good experience, and I had no major problems. So I went back this year to the same place. I walk in, they put you in this gown, whatever, the whole embarrassing paper gown thing. I'm sitting there, a couple minutes pass. In walks this possibly one of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen up close in my life. I'm not talking about beautiful, like you pass a beautiful woman on the street, whatever happens every day. I mean, like
a model.
Helen of Troy shit, like unbearable to look at beauty. She's like 5'11". She looks like a supermodel. She's like half Asian and half white, I would guess. She had those kind of features. And if I didn't know she was a doctor and had to have gone through medical school, I would have said she was like 21 years old. I'm talking about I was like ready to stutter. Like I was focusing all of my health bar and energy meter on like not saying something stupid and babbling.
Nazi. Oh,
no, that's the last story. I was like, and I'm not talking. By the way, just to clarify, I don't mean I was ready to like hit on her or something like that. I just mean not stuttering. I was forcing myself to like pay attention and respond to everything she was saying without being an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then so she pulls out this device. She starts like looking at with the light, and I just felt like so exposed. I felt like a manatee. I've lost a lot of weight.
A boner?
The whole way through I had a boner.
What?
I'm trying not to. I mean, it's an attractive woman.
Down. That's like hard to hide.
Because I was sitting down. I feel like it didn't I don't know.
They didn't make you lay down for like the full body?
No, I was sitting up the whole time.
Okay.
So, but I lost a lot of weight over there. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. When this woman started scrutinizing my body, I immediately felt like Rob Reiner. Like I felt just like the most disgusting lump of flesh sitting on this thing. And then she starts talking to me, like making it worse. And she's the most pleasant, charming woman that I've ever encountered.
Wait, why is she making it worse?
Because it's so awkward. It's like all I have in my mind is this interaction with this beautiful woman. And she's like, oh, what is it that you do outside? It's like, oh, I officiate sports. Oh my God, I was on a softball team this year. I was like, oh, it was like a team of doctors or something. Yeah, I got together. I kind of stink at softball, but it was just a lot of fun. Tee-hee, like amazing. Like she's just got this engaging personality. And then she's like, oh, by the way, you have a little bit of foot fungus. I'm going to give you a cream for that. And I'm like, okay, all right. So this is the right. Oh, okay. I'll get that checked out. Whatever. Okay. And then so halfway through, she's like inspecting my whole body and all this shit. And by the way, super professional doctor. Like she's amazing doctor, a real doctor, like an MD. A lot of times the dermatologists send in like these, these people like training to be doctors, and they just scan.
And really all they do is like Botox injections to people a day.
Or, if God forbid you have something really wrong with you, they send in the doctor. But like they send in the trainees to do the doc. She was on her thing. It said MD, she's a real doctor. And then, so this is what I started really panicking about. Because the last time I told you I was with the Jlubby woman, and it got to the end, and she's like, you want me to check your genital area, in case there's anything. And I said, yeah, sure, go ahead, whatever. So I took my drawers down. She looked literally like 2.5 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Like all the rest part of my body. Like, the same thing.
This was your previous encounter.
Previous encounter.
Yes.
I said, go ahead. Boom. She did it. Okay. You're all good. Pull my drawers up. She left. Then it hit me in the middle of this. This woman's going to ask to inspect my balls. And I said, oh my God, please no. And not only that, but my mind went like a million miles an hour, like trying to think of an excuse, like I just got circumcised, or like whatever. I don't know.
My pubes are too ungodly. You know,
and I'm not ashamed of anything. It's just, first of all, I had a massive boner this whole time, so I got that I don't want her to see because it's makes it very.
That's the worst part, I think. Yeah,
but also like it's just this is already like 10 out of 10 awkward. That's just gonna heighten it. So I'm like, oh my God, please, oh my God. So then she finishes, and I'm like bracing for this, and she goes, okay, you're done. She did not even ask me to take my drawers off. Maybe because she interacts with men all the time, and like she is aware of the situation. Although I will say that she did not. She seemed like a woman that is like not even conscious of how hot she is. Like people like that. I guess men too, Rob. If when you date, they're just people that are just so stunning, and they just seem to have like no idea that they're like really attractive, and they act like normal people, which I think is a rare thing.
Well, thank you, Darren. I do sometimes feel like I don't know how attractive I am. You're right.
Well, good. You should keep not knowing that. You're a very handsome man, Rob.
No, well, thank you. You as well.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. But I feel like
no comment.
I do feel like it most of the time. Sid is so charming and cute.
But I know what you're talking about, Darren.
So are you going to send us a link to her like doctor page after this, so me and Rob can?
I will. Yes, I thought you meant put it in the chat.
Oh no.
I don't want to blow her up.
No. Well, you do, not in that way.
We won't put it on the screen, but you could send us. We could give a review.
Ooh, in real time.
Yeah.
Watch, she has some fucking disgusting picture, and like I caught her on the best day of her life ever. I'm gonna go.
I'm very curious now.
Talk about something else while I'm typing.
That was like I was thinking about when I went. It's been a while since I've had my like skin cancer checkup where they do that, like the thing you were talking about, and that was a little interesting moment of just being like, oh, so you want to show me your crotch? And I was just like, oh yeah, I wasn't expecting to flash my doctor today, but I guess in the interest of science, it should be done. I did not have a boner though because it was a woman.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had an uncomfortable boner situation in a medical context.
Oh, I was going to say, Darren, like this seems like in the future when you go to have one of these checkups, you need to masturbate right beforehand to avoid one of these insta boners. Like this is just a functional getting off. Well, this is purely for function.
That is a great idea. However, the day before I had sex.
Oh,
hey now!
So I kind of was in the same zone that I would have reached by masturbating, and it still happened.
Well, a day later. That's a lot of.
Oh, you mean like 10 minutes before I leave the house? But then I have to shower. I'm not going to go there with.
Well, before you shower.
Okay, right before the shower. Shower, go straight to the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'll do it. I'll do it. I just got to set a reminder because I'm not going back for a year. But
she might not be there in a year.
It's true.
You might have to schedule sooner just to get one more peek.
I just looked and couldn't find one with it. She has like a LinkedIn, but no picture or anything. Like,
oh,
yeah, sorry. I'll try to do some more digging when the show's over.
Send us her name at least. Maybe we could find it on our own.
Okay.
Do some more dicking too. Am I right,
my
folks? God. No, that's not professional.
But I did find a picture, and it's not representative. Like, she looks cute. She looks cute, but not up close was like very intimidating.
Did she smell nice?
Yes. Sorry to say, I wasn't sitting there sniffing her hair or anything. She was just right in my face doing all this shit.
Yeah, you're in tight quarters. You smell each other.
I did nothing to harass this one. I was very proud of myself. Even like unintentional shit, like that you could have been taken the wrong way. I was so on point.
Try to look down the front of her robe when she leaned over.
No, she was displaying nothing. Just a lab coat and a t-shirt with a high collar. There's nothing going on there.
Open toe
and
shoes.
Good for her. I'm, you know what I mean? I don't mean to objectify her. I'm just being honest. Like, she's
Dusty Rhodes Muffler wants to get her on Squared Circle Pit.
Yeah. I'm sure she likes, metal and wrestling.
She one time she had Taz as a patient, so she could talk about that. He's got very sun damaged skin.
Oh.
So he needs a lot of dermatology work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, get her on this show. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'll ask next time.
I mean, my connection to her would be you. So you'd be the one brokering the deal, Darren. Here.
Well, when was the last time you went to a dermatologist, Rob? You could go see her.
It's been a while, Maybe you're right. Maybe.
But you may get the schlub though. Luck of the draw.
That's a good point.
Also, she might have been wearing someone else's coat, or I don't remember wrong because it does not say MD here. What I'm looking at.
Well, maybe it's just an older website. Send us the link.
Sorry, I forgot.
He got mesmerized by her looks again.
It's not like if I saw this picture, I'd be like, "Oh, that's an attractive woman," but it's not conveying at all what I saw personally up close.
I'm still very, very curious.
All right. Well, let's not stop the show.
All right.
I'll put it in the thing. Hold on.
Okay. What else do we have here? Gene Simmons says he is not a fan of cell phones. Now we have the photo. Oh, she's very cute. She's
cute. Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's that's probably the worst picture she's ever taken in her life.
She looks like there's this Asian actress who I think started out on like The Real World or Road Rules or something. And she's very pretty, and this girl reminds me of that. But I can't remember what that actress's name is. Is it Jamie Chung? Yes, Jamie Chung.
Let's see her.
That's who she reminds me of. She started out in Real World San Diego, and now she's like an actual actress.
This woman was prettier than that. But listen, just trust me. Just trust me. I think I have pretty good taste. This woman, that picture, you would think it's her ugly cousin if you saw her in person. Trust me.
Jamie Chung is very attractive, though.
She is.
Yeah. Are you going to her Instagram now, Rob? What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Jamie Chung. I want the people.
Oh, there she is. The doctor's Instagram. Whoa. Hello.
Negligee.
Yeah.
What is happening?
What is this show
She's
turning
getting
into?
Dressed.
Right.
She needs to start pooping, so we get this show back on brand.
She farted during that video.
Oh, okay.
So what is this Gene Simmons, Rob? Are you telling us about?
Gene Simmons.
Oh,
now we're back on
Jamie.
track.
We found the Jamie video.
Gene is not a fan of the cell phones.
Shocking.
And Darren, do you want to read this quote we have from Gene, or?
Can you scroll it down and a little drop, or is it in the links?
There we go.
Okay. I'm not a fan of cell phones. If I had my druthers, what is he? Fucking from Alabama? If I had my druthers, I'd take them all away. I risk my life every time I get on that stage. There is no net. Paul flies out all the way to the back of the arena, and the entire band extends from the ceiling 80 feet high, and there are no nets.
Is that serious, or is he like is a metaphor of some sort? Is that really what they do during their shows?
What does that have to do? Oh, because you're doing so much that people should pay attention, right?
Or not film because you don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it live yet.
Okay.
Or just capture them falling on their ass, maybe.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
That's why we need cell phones.
All right. During the show, I see people texting, taking videos, and we spend a lot of time, effort, and money. You're coming there for the show, and we'd like you to watch it, but it's tough to turn back time. It's the new culture, and there's an addiction part of that technology.
Now let me sell you some Kiss iPhone cases.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can't beat them, bilk them.
That's exactly right.
Like,
what a jerk.
Also, guess what? Sometimes people need to text their love. Sometimes it is required to not pay attention to you phoning in a performance.
That is true, Rob. I was performing Strutter, and I got word of the horrific October 7th attacks. And I texted people in my beloved Israel to make sure everyone was safe.
How would the world have reacted if it was a Kiss concert instead of like a techno festival?
With unmitigated joy.
Yeah, that's this whole narrative would be flipped.
What did we lose at a Kiss concert, really?
Kiss is playing their quote-unquote final show tonight.
You going, Rob?
At Madison Square Garden. No. I mean, it's about like if someone called me and was like, hey, I have a spare ticket. You want it for free?
For me, it would be one of those things where I want to be there just to make sure the body is dead. Like I want concrete proof that this is it.
I don't think it's it.
Sure.
Hamas, if you're listening, you know where to go.
And then stay for the next Knicks game. Make a week of it. Rangers game, whatever we got going on. If you can find James Dolan.
Yeah. And his stupid band, wherever they're playing. Are they opening for Kiss, by the way?
JD in the straight shot.
Yeah.
He probably would insist on that. Or maybe he only plays the Sphere now. Maybe MSG isn't up to his audio standards anymore. He's moved on.
Well, I hope people get to hear the full effect of that band the way they intended. Is JD in the straight shot doing any 80-foot like high wire shit like Kiss?
God.
Better not catch them doing that shit.
They
Infringement.
Tour with Cirque du Soleil.
Imagine
giving his soul around him as he's playing his kazoo.
He's wearing this fucking Paul Stanley and he's wearing a stupid Kiss body armor and on a trapeze.
God. Do we think Gene Simmons has ever groped someone from Cirque du Soleil?
Undoubtedly.
I was gonna before you said Cirque du Soleil, I was like, oh yeah, no, absolutely, he's gripped a bunch of people.
We know that, but I'm just
yeah.
wondering. The various clientele.
The sheer mouth of it.
Odds are, whether he knew it or not.
Touched them somewhere. An elevator, say. May not have known they were in the circus, but they've been groped.
He thought it was Peter Criss. Happily turned out that it was a French woman instead.
I'd never give hand release to that bastard. No chance. Not for all the shekels in Israel.
Draker Daddy says, why did it have to be Owen Hart and not Gene that fell to his death?
So true.
Oh.
Gene, listen.
Well, why?
Gene...
It's because Gene invests in like proper harness technology and WWE did it. That's why.
I mean, but did Gene Simmons ever have a 5-star Meltzer match? I don't think so.
I don't think. Did Owen Hart? Oh yeah, I guess the WrestleMania 10 match against Bret Hart.
Okay, but he had many 4s, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sid, you'll appreciate this. Dave Meltzer has a 5-star rating system, and he has now, after years and years of having a 5-star rating system, he's given several matches 6 stars, just randomly, and then gave a couple of matches 7 stars. I think.
For fuck's
right?
sake, man!
Am I right?
Yes.
So this is so good. He didn't want to like readjust his whole system, so this is better than any match I've rated 5. So now it's just 6.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I'm a fan of Dave Meltzer. I'll be honest with you, but that is so dumb. Shouldn't have gave those.
I don't
5.
overthink.
Yeah.
You should have left room, dickhead.
Yeah. Or just make it a 10.
Yeah.
Expand it all out.
Make it a 10. Make the old 5s into like a 9.2s.
Yeah, like retroactively regrade everything.
Right.
You could do a book. That could be like a whole thing he could market now.
No, just make them 6.
These are hot takes. For me, I'm just like, whatever. No, I get it. It's fine. I'm not over. It's fine.
Well, I don't stay up late at night thinking about it, losing sleep, but it is pretty fucking dumb, though.
Okay, that's fair. I will agree. All right, I guess we could talk about our Spotify picks. Each week, we each pick a song. We throw it on our Spotify playlist. And we have like 2 straight days of music.
Okay, that's that.
See you later, everybody. Okay.
I just had a burp attack. I couldn't talk.
Maybe you do need a bong rip.
Maybe, yeah. It's died down for me. The high is gone now. So
do one more right now on air. Wrap the show up with a bong rip. Come on.
Nah, it's out of the way.
Can't have Bob
each week we
fetch
pick
it,
a
bring it
song.
over?
No, we're almost at 600 songs. We're one song away from 600 songs, folks.
Very nice.
And also, if you are a patron, send us a message of what song to add. Each week we want to add a song from one of our patrons. That could be you. My pick this week is from Power Trip. It's Executioner's Tax, Swing of the Axe. Last night in Austin, a band consisting of Power Trip members played. Of course, Power Trip's singer, Riley Gale, tragically passed away a few years ago. And since
Son
this
of
band's
Crystal?
playing Austin, no. Tragically passed away. And then, so this band featuring former members of Power Trip on stage last night, and all the members of Power Trip were there. So they got on stage at the very end of the show, and it was the first time they all performed since Riley's passing.
At the very end of what show?
This
show
new
was it?
band's show. Let me look up the band name. I forgot the name of the band.
So all the guys from Power Trip have started a new band, is what you're saying.
Not all of them, but most of them are in the new band Fugitive.
And who's the singer now?
There's a singer. Seth Gilmore is his name.
Oh, any relation to David Gilmour
or Seth Putnam?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing not. And then they played it. It sounded great. The crowd was really pumped to see them. Hopefully, they'll consider rocking and rolling once again, baby. And
Does
the
it just
song
sound
is
like
great.
Power Trip with a different singer?
It sounds just like Power Trip. I mean, a lot of the song, the singer, to his credit, was not singing. He was just throwing the mic in the crowd, and the crowd was so hyped that they were singing every word. It was a very nice moment.
Yeah,
Check
but
that
you were
out
not there.
on my Twitter. I was in Austin. I don't live in Austin, Texas. No.
You've been there.
You go to AEW shows in Denver on a whim. Like, you can't go to Austin, Texas.
I haven't gone in a while. I've only gone to one. I've only traveled to one wrestling event.
Why'd you turn into Edward G. Robinson there?
Neil Hamburger.
I haven't been to AEW in a year, see?
Legendary. AEW. Legendary.
Why did Kenny Omega go to Courtney Love's house?
Why?
I don't think he did any
So
Courtney
that's
Love
why.
jokes this last time we saw him, right?
No.
It's so
He's moved
irrelevant
on
at this point.
He
It
did
was sort of
Shannon
like-
Hoon jokes.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say when the last time I saw Neil Hamburger was like 8 years ago with you, and I felt like at that point he was doing Courtney Love jokes like as a anachronistic joke. Like, isn't this funny that this is so not relevant anymore?
Yeah. He
And
still
to
did a
do it,
bunch like that, yeah.
and then now it's 8 years later too. On top,
He did Anthony Kiedis. He did Steven Tyler. He did a Mike Love of the Beach Boys joke.
Good grief.
Shannon Hoon, as I said.
Wow. What can you say about that except he killed himself?
I feel like that the swerve with his Shannon Hoon joke was that it wasn't mean.
Oh, I see.
It's like, why? What was the ghost of Shannon Hoon doing on stage when Blind Melon recently had their reunion tour? Just enjoying the show because he loves those songs.
Yeah,
that was basically the joke, right, Rob?
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, all right.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Subverting your own expectations of fame.
Right.
So what was your pick, Sid?
This week's RIP is a two level. We got a rest in peace for the late great Shane MacGowan of the Pogues, and I picked one of my favorite Pogue songs, "Lullaby of London." He died at 65, and it was surprising that he even lived that long. They're a great band, and the other RIP is rest in piss for Henry Kissinger, who
huge rest in piss
lived 35 years longer than Shane MacGowan somehow. Disgusting. So that's my pick. Darren?
My pick is the 1990s hit El Trago by Two in a Room, which is essentially the New Yorican version of Whoop There It Is. And it's like a house song, which Rob should probably like, but I'm sure you guys have heard this song. But it goes, Aquí yo quiero trago o rompeo la radiola, which means I need a drink or I'm going to break the jukebox.
I listened to this when you sent the link this morning, and I'd never heard it before. All I know this group from is Wiggle It. I didn't even know they had other hits.
I didn't remember that this was the Wiggle It guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I heard this song somewhere and I was like, oh, I remember the 90s, and it got into my head for a week.
Nice.
So I wrote it down to
I don't remember the song either.
This was for me, my circles. I don't know what, maybe I just hung out with a lot of Puerto Rican people, but this used to play on a loop for like 3 years. And the other one was the Yo fellas, Boricua. Remember that one?
I don't think so. Who was that? Was that by these guys also, or different?
This is like little. Let me look that up. But while we're talking, but I mean, I don't know. There was just a bunch of like Puerto Rican anthems.
K7, Frankie Cutlass. That his Puerto Rican song is the one that I remember that my friend played all the time in junior high.
La Bonita Bandera. Remember that one?
That one sounds familiar.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There it is. Boricua Posse. It's called.
Dusty Rose Muffler says that was Savio Vega.
Yeah, baby. Rare Arts. Don't know that band, but group.
Rob, you going to get that bong now?
No. I'm gonna wait till the show ends.
Oh,
the bonus video post later.
Very pro of you.
No. No bonus.
Fine.
People.
Do you smoke weed?
People understand how bound works work. They don't need me to. They don't need me to show them. They don't.
Got any weed?
That's just Rob standing outside his apartment later today, asking for handouts. Sad.
And of course, I mentioned before, if you want even more Livecast, there is our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. Watch Menorah in the middle and like 100 other bonus episodes from the last 4 years. We got a ton of stuff in there. It's a lot of fun. $5 a month gets you access to all of it, and we really appreciate the support. And if you want to throw us a few extra bones, $10 a month makes you a top Livecast fan. Gives you a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now.
Wow, Rob.
Gonna take a nap after.
Jeez.
How should we do it?
May I suggest you are Elon Musk, and each one of these fans is an advertiser threatening to pull their ads off of Twitter, and you're responding to them.
No. Eric, no. Take your money, Benjamin. Go fuck yourself, Dan R.
But wait a minute. If Dan R leaves, what's going to happen to your company?
GFY, Mindy Mayer Skipper. GFY, okay? Okay? And you know what's going to happen to Massachusetts? We're going to go bankrupt. And Hugo likes tacos. You know who's going to be the judge? Earth is going to be the judge, okay? And Lando Danks, I might have a bulletproof truck, but I still need advertising money for my social network. LaCroix, F you, LaCroix. And Corey at Scotty H, please give me some advertising money. Aaron, I don't need your money. Fine, go, bye. We don't need you. Douglas, who are you? Levison, who am I? I'm Elon Musk. Who are you? Bye. No, bye. That was it.
In hindsight, maybe asking you to tell all our patrons to fuck off and we don't need their money was a bad idea.
It was character. It's fine.
Yes. Just make it clear. These opinions do not represent RIP Livecast.
What we need to do is get Bibi Netanyahu as a patron, and then Elon Musk would suck his toes for money.
All right. Rob, call in your connections with Israel. And by that I mean text Noah.
Israel.
Text Noah. Ask her to hook up.
We have one big connection to Israel on this show.
An Israeli guy. Reach out to him as well.
Reaching Israeli patrons. RIP.
In more ways than one.
Well, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Hanging out with you, making some jokes.
As always.
And laughing about what an idiot Elon Musk is.
That was a big chunk of this show, bro.
Yeah.
There was a lot to laugh at. I mean, was there not?
A
lot.
We also found something to make fun of those against Elon Musk at the same time. It's a very all-around nuanced topic. Idiot versus idiot, heel versus heel match.
Yeah. We get a lot of those lately.
Yes. As the world goes to shit and splits into factions of evil capitalists, we're there to mock the process as we sink into the ocean.
And if we're not fully sunken by next Saturday, please come and join us sit in live. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
And until then, we're out of here. We love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.
See ya.